this is embarrassing for everybody. Okay, first of all, embarrassing for Kansas that they don't shake his hand at the coin toss. And the video, if you see it, they have their hands behind their backs,
looking down. They don't even look at him.
They don't even look at him. And then there's two kids. There's two little kids there. Come on, is this the example you're setting up for the? Honestly, they look like these little toddlers standing out there in the middle of all this stupidity. This is not the example you're supposed to be setting for children. Certainly if you're Kansas, number one. And then Baker Mayfield, number two. He's since apologized for it after the game, and he sent out a statement. But grabbing his manhood and barking at them and using language that's not safe for work, we're pixelating it on the television side of things. Now, having fun with the fans telling them to root for basketball is one thing in Kansas, right? Now, to say that he's not going to get a Heisman Trophy vote from somebody because he's not Heisman Trophy-like, give me a break. He's the best player in college football, bar none. He deserves this trophy. All right? And number two, NFL scouts are going to look at that and say one thing. Okay, he is definitely giving everybody fodder to discuss this at the Combine next year when he shows up. All right? No question about, by the way, I just fumbled my pen. But there's no question about that. That's the one thing that I'd be concerned about. By the way, if he is a first-round quarterback, which I believe he is, he's getting drafted. But the one thing I'd be concerned about with this whole business is that Kansas is going to trigger you. That's what triggers you. I know you're a competitive SOB, and that might make you what makes you better than others, if not better than most. Kansas can trigger you by not shaking your hand?
I think he just runs hot, though.
But you can't do that. You cannot run hot in the NFL when running hot will cost you 15 yards or running hot will cause you to do something stupid in the crucible of a fourth quarter. You have to remain cool. Use your competitive spirit, yes, and use that to your advantage, of course. Look at what Tom Brady's done with that inner fire.
True.
Take that inner fire, Baker, and don't let Kansas trigger you because they're not shaking your hand. Just take that in the back of your mind. You're Baker freaking Mayfield of Oklahoma. You're going to be the Heisman Trophy winner. You shouldn't be triggered like that, where you lose your mind on the sideline and then cause your coach and everybody to be talking about you like this today. I know, but at least if I'm a scout or I'm a coach, I'm going to sit you down and I'm going to have a conversation about this with you. And I'm going to look you in the eye and I'll make sure that this is going to be a problem moving forward and make sure he's not just going to be giving me a rehearsed line in a meeting room. That's what concerns me. Kansas is going to trigger this kid. There's bigger fish to fry here just because they don't shake your hand, which is the dumbest thing ever. They should be embarrassed. That whole business. But please let us not, take away a Heisman Trophy from this kid for this sort of thing.
Ridiculous.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.